Hey guys, I hope you're hungry. Welcome back to Full Instance. My name is Jericho, and today I'm joined by TheIceMann for a reaction, speculation, review of the brand new trailer for Rogue One. So, how's it going?
Hey everybody.
Okay, so first of all, what are your just initial impressions of the trailer? Was it what you expected?
Oh, much more.
Yes,
much more.
I
don't know
agree.
what I was expecting out of this. I mean, I think it's just like there's been so much mystery. Like we knew what it was about, and that was about it. Just that one picture. So I really had a bunch of expectations, but at the same time, no expectations.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, this was even more mysterious than what the plot of Episode 7 was going to be, because at least
Right,
Episode 7, we knew, like, Fate of the Republic, all that sort of thing. But this is just, it's going to be a prequel, and we knew, you know, the basic plot synopsis of, it's the story of how they got the Death Star plans in the first place, which is what drove the plot of Episode 4, but I mean, even that is so open. So now we see, you know, it looks like a war movie, like down in the trenches of the fight between the Rebellion and the Empire. And there was so many little moments that really jumped out to me as amazing. Like the lead is played by Felicity Jones, and I liked, you know, her dialogue, and she seems like a compelling character, like very much in the mold of Rey. I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, I love that. I love it. What's that?
Never mind. So my crazy fan theory, which I'm sure a bunch of people have had or will have, is that Felicity Jones's character will end up being Rey's mother, and that's how, like, I mean, she's probably going to be dead at the time we learn who she is in the sequel trilogy, because you know, just because that's what would make the most sense of why she was still abandoned on Jakku. If her mother was still around, why did she do that? But this way, they can still have her have characterization and matter as a character. Kind of like on How I Met Your Mother, how they established her and had her as a character. I mean, of course, it ended up being Robin, but how she was already an established, like, everyone, you know, his initial wife.
I know what you mean.
His initial wife had her own character arc and everything, so we could meet her and know her, even though, you know, what ended up happening with that.
What a wonderful analogy.
Yeah, I thought you would like that. Iceman likes How I Met Your Mother more than he likes Star Wars and me combined, multiplied.
it's my favorite. There's never a time when I'm not going through the seasons, literally. Okay, what if you know, in Episode 7 when Rey is having the Force vision and she sees the ship flying away when she's a little girl? What if that's Felicity Jones's character's ship?
Oh,
Like, what if we get that somehow in Rogue One?
I would love it, but I don't think they'll do anything that on the nose. I don't think we'll know for sure who it is until they want to reveal it in their planned story. But I don't know, it could be. That would still be a cool way to do it, though, because not everybody would get that on first viewing.
Right. But once again, Jericho is almost too right.
So another thing I really liked is that they show the one Imperial in the plain white uniform, which was a staple of the old expanded universe, which is now called the Legends continuity, of the wear of a Grand Admiral, which is really, really cool, because this is, to my knowledge, the first thing that they've taken 100%. That's exactly what a Grand Admiral wore. I mean, I'm assuming they'll call him a Grand Admiral in the movie. So this is, you know, proof that Disney are willing to pick and choose things that they really like from the EU, which is all I ever really wanted. I knew they weren't going to, that Episode 7 wasn't going to just be, you know, a film adaptation of, you know, expanded universe book, because why buy Star Wars if you're not going to make your own Star Wars stories? But the fact that they're not going to just pretend it never happened and not take some of the really good ideas from it is more than I could have hoped for.
I don't know if that was ever their intention. I think they just to negate the old expanded universe. I think they just said that because they didn't want to be handcuffed by those stories.
Right.
Like, a lot of them still could have happened, but if they do something that contradicts that, they didn't want to, you know, have their hands tied.
Right. They didn't want like every other thought piece about the movie to be, oh well, this, that, and the other, so it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But
having said that, yes, seeing a Grand Admiral in this was phenomenal. I didn't quite catch that because my knowledge of the old expanded universe isn't that great. But I had heard of Grand Admiral Thrawn before, and now that I know who that guy was, like I'm so excited. So cool.
For the uninitiated, the biggest, what really made the expanded universe become a big deal was a trilogy of novels by Kevin J. Anderson by Timothy Zahn rather, known later as the Thrawn trilogy. That started with Heir to the Empire, and it was about an alien that the Emperor found and made one of his top military leaders because he was such a genius. And it was about how this guy, Grand Admiral Thrawn, united, you know, the shattered empire after the deaths of Emperor and Vader to try to destroy the rebellion once and for all. And it was awesome, and that's the reason the expanded universe became a thing, because it was so beloved and popular. So the fact that they would even take, you know, just that rank that Timothy Zahn invented in, you know, the 80s is, yeah, that was enough for that to be my favorite part of the whole trailer.
So who do you think the person is kneeling to in the part of the trailer where the Imperial guards are shown?
That's the big question. So yeah, you see a character all in black, you don't see their face, kneeling down in front of it. It sort of looks like a hologram, it sort of looks like a Back-to-Chamber like Luke is in episode 5 to recover from his injuries, and we don't know who it is. Apparently that's Mads Mikkelsen from the back. He's the actor, he played the bad guy in Casino Royale and was Hannibal on the TV show, and we've known for a while was going to be the main villain in this movie. So, you know, they're saying that's him from the back, and I can't really say one way or the other, but if that is the case, I mean, I don't know who he could be. Some people were saying that George Lucas, as part of this deal, said that he didn't want sequel trilogy characters to appear in the spin-offs with original trilogy characters because he wants the original trilogy to stay how he intended it. So that would negate it being like a young Supreme Leader Snoke, or or anything like that, which I would otherwise think is a good. But that's like not from a verified source or something. That was literally just something I read some people saying. But I thought right in the lava I go. But I thought I remembered hearing people talk about that. Right when the deal was going down, that there was going to be, you know, he was going to have some say and some, you know, demarcation in what was or was not going to be, would or would not be okay with. Sorry.
Right.
And I do like that if that is the case, because I mean, somebody could conceivably make a spin-off movie between 5 or 6, and just depending on what they did with it, really change the message or change, you know, the events. And that's, you know, although it is, I guess, ironic that George Lucas would be so against tampering with the movies.
Luckily, I'm having connectivity issues.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully you can't hear me anymore.
Nope. So far, so good. We're trying out. IceMann is on Skype, so if there's any decrease in sound quality or anything like that, this is our test video for it, and we'll see how well it turns out, and we can maybe make some adjustments in the future. If you're familiar with Skype or with anything like this, because the PlayStation that I use to do all my recording does not let you just record the party chat, so this is the best solution we've thought of. But if you know any better way, please feel free to leave a comment so we can learn, because that's all we really want to do is learn. So you have any other thoughts you'd like to? Oh, that's you. I just stole the joint out from under.
No, I thought I was doing it anyway. What a neat time to be a Star Wars fan. Just step back and just think about it.
Right.
How wonderful.
And especially with the spin-off movies, that was the thing I was most worried about, because I was just happy to get a 7, 8, 9 at all. But the fact that there's going to be a new Star Wars movie every year was really giving me pause. But it looks amazing. It looks really cool. It's, stuff we haven't really seen. am so excited for this movie.
It was so neat seeing like the Imperial, or not the Imperial, the Rebel hangar and the AT-ATs like in digital film. Like I know we've seen them, you know, redone in the special editions, but just seeing it made with modern film, it's incredible.
Right, we've mostly just seen like miniature toys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you think of King Kong in the movies from the 30s and you think of the Peter Jackson King Kong from the 2000s, like that's, and like seeing like the targeting screens on Yavin 4, I don't know, it's just exciting. It's thrilling is more the word.
And a neat little fact that I read today, I don't know 100% if it's true, but I don't know why they would just lie about it. We get a glimpse of Mon Mothma in the trailer. That's the same actress who would have played her in episode 3. If you go back to the DVDs and look at the deleted scenes, there's kind of a subplot they completely dropped that kind of talks about different senators who would go on to start the rebellion.
Yep.
And Mon Mothma is one of them. It's the same actress. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, that is absolutely the same actress. And she looks like, just her mannerisms and the costuming and everything, she looks exactly like her. Like no one, like I think even non-fans would be like, oh, that's the lady from Return of the Jedi.
Right.
That's the only other lady in the galaxy. Okay, sorry for that short break. So that's going to basically wrap up our thoughts of the trailer. We're both excited. Okay, I guess one more thing we could talk about is just a little bit of speculation about the movie itself. So, like, what do you think we might see? Like, are there any characters from the original trilogy that you think might make an appearance? Because it's at the time where anybody could be there. There are rumors that one of the little lesser actors that we've only seen from the sides and stuff, we haven't gotten a really good look at, has the mustache just like Luke's friend Biggs Darklighter. So that would be really cool.
Oh, wow.
I would be really happy to see that.
That would be neat. I don't know. I mean, man.
That didn't come through. You repeat that for me, please?
What's that?
What did you just say?
The big one for me, I mean, is Vader.
Yes. So there are tons of rumors. There are tons of rumors that he is like prominent on the packaging, and they're making a big deal about his involvement. You know, no matter how little or much it may be. So that would be amazing to see.
And going on those same rumors, isn't Boba Fett?
Yes.
In some sort of promo.
Yeah, that was actually
whatever.
In Europe there was a leaked thing of a Lego display that was going to be talking about their Lego sets to promote Rogue One, and the one picture they had was of the Slave One, Boba Fett's ship. So that's a pretty good indication that at least his ship, you know, maybe somebody else will be, you know, at the bridge, but it's at least his ship in the movie. So that's really cool too. Boba Fett is, you know, one of my very favorite Star Wars characters, of course.
I really want to see him in action. I'm not the biggest Boba Fett fan. I know that at least in the old expanded universe, he was an incredibly big deal and is a lot of people's favorite.
Right.
And I want to know why. You know, I want to see it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited to, if that's true.
Yeah. Compared to what, you know, he could have been or should have been, he was really done a disservice in the movies thus far. So yeah, that would probably be the top of my wish list, would be to see, you know, Boba Fett in action. Like maybe that's how he and Vader started their, you know, work relationship or whatever, because it's definitely implied in Empire that it's hardly the first time they've worked together. So like this is like their meeting is Vader contracts him to help hunt down you know, this group of rebels in Rogue One.
How about well, actually, I didn't see the episode that he was in it, but how about a long shot here? What if? Actually, never mind. I was gonna say Darth Maul, because I don't know how many of you watch the Rebels TV show, but he just made an appearance. He's actually still alive.
Yeah.
At least a couple years before the events of Rogue One.
There's no reason why not if they decided that was what they wanted to do, but
Right.
but I don't know. I'm really surprised that Disney kept him alive as part of their canon, because it's always seemed, you know, pretty preposterous. I mean, he was literally cut in half, and he's just okay. I mean, they can say all they want that.
He's got Wild Wild West legs now.
Like, they can say all they want that, oh, it was his hatred and the power of the dark side that kept him alive, and I mean, that's fine. But it's just like, of all the things that you wanted to keep around, or maybe they just really liked the Clone Wars and that it happened on Clone Wars, and they're like, well, okay,
Right.
I guess we're committed.
It would just be neat because my huge problem with Maul is how great he could have been. What they could have done so much more with him, I think, and maybe this is their opportunity to fix that.
Right? Yeah, just like Boba Fett.
As he says at the very opening line of The Force Awakens, this will begin to make things right.
Yeah.
Which may or may not have been a nod to people's distaste of the prequels.
Right. Okay, well, I think that basically covers it. We're excited. We liked the trailer. We're eager to see what comes next. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the war stories on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's also lots of different stuff on my channel. I try to have an episode every single day of something or other, so hopefully you'll find something you can enjoy. Thank you very much to TheIceMann for joining me. And thank you for bearing with us. If this ends up not sounding quite as good as I thought, I'll still probably throw it online. So, you know, please let me know if you have any suggestions for improving quality. But as always, leave a like or a dislike. Tell me why you did it. And I'll see you next time. For TheIceMann, my name is Jericho. This has been Full Incense, and we're full.